Hi guys, I am here with you a story from the Good Old Days magazine. Still reading from the same one. I just felt so many good stories in them, I always do. I wanted to share them with you guys. This one is called The Ride of a Lifetime. There was only one brave enough to do this. And this was by Lyons. And excuse me, here's a photo of Don when he was younger. Oh, sorry. Don is in the large photo, and his buddy Wimpy is the small photo. So Don is the big photo, and Wimpy's the small one. His friend Wimpy. Alright. In scavenging for scrap iron to sell to the ragman that showed up on an annual basis to purchase our goods, my family and I ran across an old semi-trailer tire, the interior of which would accommodate an average-sized 11-year-old boy crouched in a fetal position. We know where this is heading. Who hasn't tried this or wanted to try this at one time? We stored it in the barn of one of our neighbors' homes, knowing that we could put it to use at a later date. That time came on a very sultry day in July 1943, when we decided that it was time for each of us who could fit inside the tire to be given the ride of his life. The blacktop running east to west, the 3 blocks through Katz, Indiana, was flat until it was adjacent to the schoolyard, at which point it dipped slightly downhill. At the bottom was a cement culvert with 2 sides 2 feet high. The width of the culvert would accommodate only 1 car. Courtesy dictated that the car that arrived first had the right-of-way through the culvert. Not far beyond the culvert, the blacktop ended and became a gravel surface. We drew straws to see who would get the honor of the first ride. Mutt Crowder drew the short straw, but quickly decided that he would forego the honor until he could witness the outcome of the first go-around before committing. Wimpy Mills had drawn the next shortest straw, so he was offered the honor of being first. Wimpy was a very adventurous youngster, plus he relished the idea of being viewed as having more guts than Mutt, so he jumped at the chance to go first. Once Wimpy was loaded into the center of the semi-tire, we planned for one of us to run along each side to make sure it remained upright and kept rolling. When Wimpy gave us the thumbs up, one boy pushed the tire to get it going on the flat surface. It was wobbly at first and required the assistance of the 2 boys on either side to keep it upright, so the boy in the rear shoved a little harder until the momentum took over. The tire was moving forward at a manageable speed until it reached a point where the blacktop sloped down slightly, just enough to cause the improvised vehicle to gain speed and require the 2 wingmen to increase from a fast walk to a trot. That very quickly became a run, and then they could no longer keep up. Who's seen that coming? The tire with Wimpy inside was now speeding down the slope, and Wimpy was shouting, either with joy or out of panic. It was hard to tell which. At the same time, the tire took off on its own power. A cloud of dust appeared on the gravel road leading to the blacktop, signaling an oncoming car approaching at a high speed. Of course, the driver was unaware of what he was about to encounter coming from the opposite direction, a boy in a tire rolling down a hill. The tire reached its top speed as it barely made it through the culvert, grazing right side of the cement. It kept going head on toward the approaching 35 Ford coupe, whose driver still had not seen the approaching tire. By this time, all 4 boys and 2 wingmen, the pusher and the looker-outer, were running after the tire down the center of the blacktop, arms frantically waving to alert the oncoming motorists. When the driver of the coupe finally saw the tire, He only had time to swerve into the front yard of the house at the corner of the blacktop and the gravel lane. At that point, the tire had been traversing a flat surface for about a block and had decelerated to the point that one of the breathless boys was able to catch up with it and keep it upright until bringing it to a stop. Once he got out from the tire, Wimpy was none the worse for wear, except for a little dizziness and a queasy stomach. "Who's next?" Wimpy asked. There were no takers. No one else wanted to go there. I just wonder what the guy in the coupe said. The guy in the car. I just wonder what he said if the boys got in trouble. Tell the rest of the story, Wimpy and Dawn. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. A ride of a lifetime. Sounds pretty fun. And dangerous. So I say Wimpy was a very adventurous boy indeed. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.